Okay, so yeah, so just okay. Yeah. So you can see one of the data structures that was introduced as part of PySpark SQL is row, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
So what we are doing here, we are creating row objects, right? Okay, row objects. Now what are you doing here? This is how you are creating a class sort of an entity here, isn't it? You are creating an employee. Okay, this is like your column information. And after this, inside employee, you're filling in all this information. Right?
Yes.
Okay, this is one way by which you're doing it. So what you did here, this is rows, this is the employee object, these are the fields. Now when whatever you pass here, Michelle goes to first name, Ambrose goes to last name, and so on. This is how it is. Okay. After doing this, you are creating eventually department with them. So row information is there. In row information, this is the field here. Department, you're passing this information. Department one. Okay, this is this guy. Department one. It is a row itself. So row consists of this row consists of more rows here. Employees, you are passing the employee fields here. This is the list of employees, right?
Okay.
Okay. So now so this is just understand the row wise. So this is nothing to do with your Spark data frames. Now just you're using data frame row concept. So now if you are dumping this guy, department one, this will be one row. Employee two is this guy. Employee two will be this guy. So it will be the contents here. Now if you want to print all the entities of this employee one, okay, you will get this row. This row inside row. You can see this, right? This third line. Okay, this entire stuff. So this is one element here. Now that means what is happening? Row. This was our first element. So I think we'll do some small row operations and we'll create a data frame out of it. Now what you are doing? So you have this multiple rows, where each row is containing more rows. Right? Each element here is consisting of rows. What you want to do? You are creating a list of this element here, right? Okay. From the list of elements, what you're doing here? You're creating a data frame. Okay. So this is row of rows. You can simulate a very complex data structure inside it. Okay, or complex files you can import directly inside it. And now what you're doing here is here what you're doing here is you're creating a data frame. But it says two columns here. One is department, one is employees. Why? Because this guy has department and employees, right? Okay, so you'll have two columns. So now it will get a little trickier to proceed as it proceeds. So now inside, the employees column, it will have all employee related row. So you will see what it is converting. It is converting that into, list of dictionaries. All the employee information is coming here like this. This guy, clear?
Yeah.
So here you'll have this dictionary here. Here because your first element this is one element here, so it will come as a dictionary. But here list of elements, so it will come like this list. Okay. Now noise. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, there is some noise at your end, and now it is fine. Now it is fine. Yeah, there is some noise. So now, you remember how to union two data frames, right? You can create a, like what I did was here. I created a data frame one, right? So let me create another data frame two. So data frame one consists of your these two guys. Okay, let me create data frame 2. Okay, so you have this data frame 2, then you have this is 3, this is 4, right? So here you have 2, this is sequence 2. Okay, then I'm doing 2, then okay, then you do this. Okay, so what you created? You created another data frame. Now we have, sorry, we have df1 dot union dot uni1 union pass df2. Okay, you remember what was union all?
Yeah, it will take all the rows from both the
Right,
sides.
right. So union all. What happened? df1 is not defined. Why? Did I override it? Hmm. Yeah, right. Okay, so now, right. So it will yield you a, right. It will yield you a new data frame which is like union of it. Okay, and new, and of course it will not change anything here, right? So if you want to change it, so I can union and here display union here, right? It will merge all the data frames in this case, right? 4 data frames, right? So you're getting data from different sources, you're merging it. Now you remember what, what is a Parquet file? I think last time I was talking a bit about it. It is a file format it's a column file format. You cannot read the contents of it. It is not human readable, but it is very fast to access it. Okay, okay, Parquet file format, Parquet. So now let's see what you have in. Suppose you have this db utils here. Okay, db utils dot. Okay, you want to remove something from this Databricks file system, fs dot. Then you'll see all this stuff. Then you want to remove, right? So you'll have rm and pass here the some file name where you want to make sure you're deleting it. So this is temp directory. This is uh, Databricks, Databricks
What
df.
is DB util?
See this DB utils is this is a see this is a I mean this is a cluster system, right? And what is DB utils? This what is running on this cluster? DB Databricks file system is running. Okay, so DB utils is the way by which you will be accessing Databricks file system. Understood? This will be different for different systems. If you are using Linux-based system, if you are using AWS-based system, it will be a little different. Just like in this case,
Your
if
voice is actually, it's not very clear.
my voice.
Yeah, I think you are speaking without that headphone, I guess.
I'm taking this from office. I forgot my headphone at home. So let me open the door because I'm in a meeting room. Maybe who is there? Is it fine now? How is it? Same.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Whenever it is not clear, let me. I just get some water. I'll give you 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, it's audible.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking about DBFL utils. So this is a way by which you will be accessing Databricks file system. Okay,
Uh-huh.
mechanism to access Bricks file system. Okay, mechanism to access Jira. So now first one we want to what you want to do, you want to make sure there is nothing in this location. Okay. PARQUET, right? Database. So you want to make sure that this file does not exist. We'll try to remove it if the element exists. So it is returning false because the file does not exist. Okay. Now what you want to do? You want to write this data frame to your file system. Okay. So what do? You use write. Okay, and you'll have park it came right, and just you have to mention the path where you want to write. I will essentially give the same path. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm writing this content to this file format. Okay, so what it is doing, it is writing this particular DF in a Parquet file format in this particular location. Got it, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now what you want to do? Now what you want to do, you want to read this from file. I mean, now we have done the writing part. Now let's read from here and see if you are getting the right content. Okay. Remember, Parquet file format is heavily used in big data systems because it is very fast. Okay. So that's why the Parquet file system will be used. Yeah, hello. Yeah, this is different one. Okay, I'll call you back. Okay, so we have written here. Now, what you want to do? You want to read from this file format. Okay, so what will you do this? How can you do this? You can do Spark dot read, right? Dot Parquet. Yeah, right. So do this. Just mention the path here. Just mention the path here. So what will this guy do? This guy will read the file system and create a data frame. Okay, so to this guy. Okay, just creating a data frame. Now you want to display the contents. Is it really making sense for you, right? So what you do? Okay. So you display the content. So what you did here, you wrote the file in a Parquet file format. You display the content here. See, you're getting the same stuff now back. So everything went right, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Now, now let's see. Okay, let's see what we are supposed to do here. More interesting stuff. Okay. So what we want to do here is, I think row is already imported. So this is known as excluding employees column. We have this employee column is there, right? Now, of course, can you make a lot of sense out of this type of data?
Means it's simple data, plain data.
Yeah, but this is not something which will help you analyzing the data, right? You need to convert it into different columns, right? So that is known as excluding column. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Very common operation. You'll have data coming in JSON or some other format. Now you want to explore employees column. Okay, so what are the things we'll do? Okay, we'll use Spark dot create data frame. Okay, in here, okay, we'll pass Okay, we'll just first try with a small case and see, how does it work. Then we'll do this for our previous guy. Yeah, so here I'll pass this row information. Okay, the row information will have A is equal to 1. Then you will get some int list. Yeah, just pass it here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then you have map field. Okay. Just pass this guy here. A colon B. Okay. Let's see this guy. So what is it doing? It is creating a data frame. See this, huh? It is It is creating a data frame where one column is your the first column is your integer. A is integer. The next is an array of integers, right? Next is an array of integer. Third is a map where this is the key, this is the value. Right now, what is now the data frame? What have you created the data frame now? So I'll just give it a name. Say E. If I do this, E. Let's see what is it doing. Okay, so it is creating for you a content like this. Okay, say just an example. When this is just a simple example. So this is the content inside. This is the content inside. Now you want to explore this. Okay, so how can you explore this? Just for example sake. Okay, so you can do PDF. Okay, so this is the data for our experimental purpose. So I want to explore it. That means I want to break it into different rows, or I want to get this map field in separate columns. Okay, let's do this then. So what you do? Select. Okay, then you have this utility explode. Okay, then you will be passing here the data that you want to. So ETF dot int list. Okay, some information here. Okay, and this information you want to create yes. Okay. Then you have A and I. Okay, then you pass here correct. Okay, so let's see what this does. So for export, what will you do? From PySpark dot dot functions import explode. Oh, should have worked. Let me correctly check the package. So is this one? Explode Spark. Yeah, it is here only. Also Python. Yeah. So this is the guy, right? explode. Yeah, apparently same example. So what is SQL functions? Hmm.
Spelling is missed.
How?
Wrong. Explode. Explode spelling is wrong.
Oh,
EXL.
yeah. Okay, explode. So now let's see. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so here you see this is a very interesting stuff because you do this quite often on complex data. What you're doing here, this is the column name, right? edf.intlist. This is the column information. You're excluding this column information, and what you're doing here, you are, suppose I do show. Okay, that will show it, right? So you're excluding this column information, like you have one data here, you're excluding this and it is converting into different rows, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is a very, suppose you have a student name and student's marks, right? You want, to convert the table into, so actually you can have, yeah, see this? Student name, and so you get this data into this format. Can you do more computation on this data compared to this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why this guy is very nice. Okay, so we can do more stuffs with explode. I mean, the reason why I showed this guy is the simple one, so that we understand. Understood, right? What is this entire line doing here? Alias is just converting, giving it a new alias.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Can you specify any separator or something?
hmm?
Can
Yes.
we give
Yes.
any like separator? Like here's like comma separator.
Oh, no. Here you are doing it because it is understanding that is a list. Now this is a map, right? So you will be anyway storing information either in list format or in map format. Uh,
No,
got
what I'm saying, just say one column, just say string column.
so
Okay.
what I'm trying to say is this is not a string here. This is a list.
Yeah, that I got. So
Uh,
this is only for list.
this explode will itself understand how to do it. Let me just show you this map one once. Okay, I think it will clear your doubt. Just this map one once. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
it will clear your doubt. What I'm trying to say. Okay. Okay. So what you can do is edf dot select. Okay, pass here a comma edf. Yeah. Explode. You can see here it takes column name information. Okay, so edf dot map field end. Okay, and it will a map will be getting converted into key and value, right? So alias to pass two fields here. One is key, one is value, right? Then you should do a show. Got it? Okay. Now the idea here is generally your data frames, right? They will not contain just like anything, any data. Data frames, as we saw here, right? If it is a string, then you have to here, right? If it is multi-line string, then you have to use RDD and just manipulate it. But now here is the data collection here, so it will work only on collections. Understood? Because explode, you see, it's not a user defined. I'm not writing the code for explode. It is itself understanding it that it has to break it and it is doing the work for it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now let's do the same thing for our current application. Okay, which has few columns like first name, last name, email, salary. All these columns. I want to create it into different stuff. So what will I do? Df is equal to market df dot select. Okay, uh, dot explode. Right, pass here the columns that you are interested. So I can directly write the column names. EMPLOY. Okay, dot. Okay, so first I'm getting this only this information, so I'm just giving it an E. Okay, this is your data frame. Then you are doing this explode df is equal to df dot okay, then let's see this show. Oh, sorry. df dot show. Okay, so what it did here is it actually converted the entire thing into one guy. Okay, select exclude employees. Okay, so what it did here, it converted this entire thing into list of strings, isn't it? See this? This is okay. See this? It converted into list of strings, all the information. Now what you want to do? You want to convert that this list of strings. Okay, you want to convert this into this some format which shows different column for different steps. Okay.
But in upper example, it was converted into columns.
Right,
But
right.
here,
So, right, we used a little different mechanism of it. There is one way. Okay, so you can use the same stuff here also. Okay, I'm showing one another way. Okay, it's a little different here. You'll be using select expr. Okay, select. Okay, and you'll be passing expr expression. Okay, then you will give here. Okay, you created this entire. This is the intermediate state. You created the e for entire stuff. So what will you do? E dot. Okay, e dot first name. Okay, then pass the second guy. E dot last name. Then the third guy. E dot email. Okay, then the fourth guy. What is the other? I think salary was there. Huh? Salary. Hello. Huh. So the fourth guy is okay. We'll realize the differences and easiness of it. If the contents are really heavy, okay, then you can do. Can you see this? Okay, so see this. I mean, if you have to do this, the previous stuff is the rudimentary way of doing it. Okay, if you have simple stuff, so it was you have to write so much of stuff doing this. But if things get as complicated as you see here, right? As complicated as you see in the above diagram, like where you have a key value, multiple key values, how much information you will feed DP, and how much you'll do this. So to make it easier, actually, this is the select expression is a API written on top of it. Okay, select TXPR. If you go here.
No, what I'm not understanding in earlier example where you took list, it converted it into columns.
Hmm.
Sorry, rows. Basically, one column got converted into multiple rows. But in second example, you are just adding one more column. So this difference in the behavior. You're getting what I'm saying? There in list there were 3 items, so 3 rows got converted. It got converted into 3 rows. But here it's like one field you are breaking into multiple columns.
Yeah, so you know what is the difference? You see this, see this. I'm this guy is very similar to this, isn't it? That is because it is in dictionary format. See, if it is only in list format, see, if it is, see, here, that's the reason I split it this up. See, if the data is only in the list format like this, okay, so how do you create a combination to be 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3? If it is in this format, map format, that is in dictionary format, that is how our data currently is in, right? It is different content here, right? If you see the data here, it is like in dictionary format. When you have dictionary format, you create different column, because one column will contain the column name will be first name, the column will contain Michelle, Metai, Michelle, whatever is it. Got it, right? So here, if the contents are list, your splitting will be vertical wise. That means that will add different because that's what happened here, right? That's what we did it here. Okay,
Yeah.
and when it is map, you do column wise separation. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That's why I gave the simple example here. So because this guy is actually doing this.
Okay.
Confusing?
No, no. Can you scroll down?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in here, like you are using explode.
Hmm.
Can we like in after first line? Can we see that df dot show or it is?
You saw. Actually, I showed you, right? So just comment this line. Okay, and here, right? GF dot show. You will see list of all those contents. See this. There will be only one stuff E, and it will contain all the elements in the list. What it is doing now? It is just converting this list into different columns, and these are the column names here.
But employees like this like dictionary only, correct? So there also key value mapping was there.
Hmm?
In employees also that key value mapping is there.
Right, right. Employee key value mapping is here.
So
Okay.
why?
What see what you did here? It converted that entire thing. Okay, it converted that entire thing into the column name is E. Okay, and this all this information is here. Now in the select expression, that is this guy here, projects a set of SQL expression and returns in data frame. So you have this guy. Okay, so what it is doing here, it is this guy is actually converting the entire content into a list of strings. I mean, in the from the entire content, it created it, right? And during this explode process, it understood, right? So actually, yeah, during this, can you do this? Just one second.
I understood what it is doing.
Right. Just showing you one thing. Okay. Okay, so alias. Yeah, this is right one. Okay, so what is the error? Let's read this. Huh? Now, I mean, see, forget about this alias part for a moment. Alias is just creating new alias name, right? So what is this explode doing it here? Just this part. Okay.
Mhm.
What is this explode doing it here? Okay. Since we have not given any column name, there is no column name. What is it doing here? What is the content we are choosing? We are selecting only employees, right? See, if I just do this guy, only employees column we are getting it. Just passing this guy. What is it that we are getting? We are getting only employees column. Okay. What is it? Employees column content, right? What are you getting from employees column? You are getting uh, this. Actually, use display df. Okay, so that you can see the entire content. Display and pass df here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so this is you're getting on your. You just have this information here. What is this list of dictionary? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Right now, if you do explode of this guy, what it will do, okay, from this list of dictionaries, okay, it will actually create a different column. One column will be this guy, one column will be the, last name, one column will be email, one column will be
Yeah.
salary, right? It will create different columns. Okay, so see this guy, you have list of multiple elements here, right? This is one element, this is one element, two elements here, right?
Yes.
If I do this, okay, and how many? What is it resulting into? Right?
Dictionary.
No, it's not complicated. Okay, so see, but
No,
in
I said it's a dictionary.
it's a dictionary, yeah. So what is it written? Because it was list earlier, right? List of dictionary. So what is this? Is again is this first explode is first part, right? So if you see my example above, if you see this example here, you have list, so it is converting into this data, right? If I retain my this information, what was the other information here? Okay, if I retain my id department information, right? You'll see some department will be repeated over here. If I write a department, some department will be repeated. So this part is clear. Till now it is clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has list of dictionaries. From that, it is first stage is converting this into this guy. Okay, now this is how the contents look like. Now, what you want to do, you have this content, right? Now, what you want to do, you want to, okay, you want to, what is the name? Column name, right? I think it will work even if I don't give this, because if it is column name, it should take it by default since you are not giving any alias to this. Let's see if it's doing that. No, it is not taking. See, it is not generating the name here directly. So all we might have to do is call. It's not appending this guy directly. Yeah. So you're getting all this information.
Okay.
Okay. Can we do one more thing?
Yeah.
Suppose if I comment this. Okay. Suppose I have this df. Okay. So if if we do display, if I pass df. So this was this data, right? Can you so this is anyway data frame, and each data frame is this content here, right? Can you convert this into uh, uh, can you convert this into df dot collect to show the data type inside it, right? Right. So what you see here, this is the column and this is the row information inside it. You see this row inside row. That is the reason why it was not available to you directly, right? So if I do this, what will happen? What will happen? What will be the resultant of this? It will be dot show. If I do like this, right? You're getting the same stuff as we are getting there. All you need to do now is you need to the same stuff whatever we are getting using select expression, right? Just we are converting it into this guy. Then what do you do for this? Select column. What, yeah, I mean pretty much around the same lines I was reaching actually. So using this select expression, suppose you now you have df underscore dot show. Okay, you have this data here, and if I, oh sorry, this is what I want to do, right? Collect. If you do this, what will you get? You will get a row of information, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not. Don't think, yeah, these are not object. Yeah. So I mean, this is how you'll be doing it. I took it away from that. Okay, let me come back to our select expression. Okay, if you try to do it the other way, you can do it actually. Okay, you might have to take a longer route and then achieve it. This is how you do it shortcut. That's what I understand. Got it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do it actually, but you might have what you have to do from this. You have to create another column, then you have to write 4, 5 execution steps, and that's how we can reach. So maybe you can try that. Yeah, let's continue. Okay, so explore it now. So now what you want to do, you want to apply some filter on top of it, because now this is a data format which can be easily understood and processed. So what you can do here is, did I save it in variable? Right, I'm directly doing a show here, so I'll just make sure I'm saving it some variable. So df export df export df. Right, now you have all this information here. Okay, then what you can do, you want to filter based on some filter df. Okay, you want to be explode it based on certain criteria. Explode df. Okay, dot filter. Okay, then you write some criteria here. What is the criteria? Explode df dot first name. Okay, you want to give some check here. Say you want data for only Michelle. Michelle. And okay, you want to, what do you want to do? Michelle can have different last name, isn't it? Michelle has one last name, yeah. Or this guy has different last names. But anyway, let's if this is the stuff. Okay, so Data frame has sort mono filter. Right, we are giving the filter here. So if you want to see the contents of it, filter df not show. Right? It will show the data frames, the rows which has matching information here. So there is no information. The spelling is wrong. MICHAEL. MICHAEL. Yeah, so if we do it now, right, you are getting that information here. So of course, both of them line are same, so I don't think you'll get anything by sort here. But still, you want to just an example. You want to sort it by last name. What you can do here is to pass here sort. Okay, export df dot last. Right. Even now that of course, the data is already sorted, so you don't do anything. But yeah, this is right. Clear as of now.
Yeah.
Okay, so many things you can do many other ways, but this is one common expression that actually saves a lot of code writing. Okay, so you can write little complex column information also here. Okay, you want to get this information from this. Remember, we had this few functions. So let's do this from PySpark dot SQL dot functions. Okay, import column. Now, yeah. So let's see. Filter df is equal to explode df. Explode df dot filter. Column first name. Okay, so with this you will be getting the column corresponding to us. This is another way of doing the same, right? So you want to check filter column first name is Michelle, MICHEL, Michelle. Okay. This guy is there. Okay, and outside this you can put a or condition like this. Okay, this I will write column first name. So it will be equal to what is the other? Who's the other guy? Can put multiple checks there. This guy. Okay. Yeah, so this is how you are writing the filter here, little complicated filter. Then you want to sort it by, okay, let's see this utility. It may not yes, the ascending order of last name. Okay, now if I do dot show, filter df dot right, filter df dot show. See, you're getting ascending order of last name, isn't it? Right. So if you want to sort it by so anyway, it will anyway do the same thing. Yeah. It will anyway do it, but you see is I think if you have ASC, right? And then you can do it the reverse one, DESC. So what you can do it DESC. Okay. DESC. This execute this. Right? Understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, this is how you'll be doing a lot of this thing. Then you remember yesterday we were doing where clause. You can use where also in place of say in place of filter, right? Where. Okay.
Yes.
So the same stuff. So now you can of course use fill now, right? Fill now will replace all the null element with whatever characters you passed. Remember, right? Fill now, FILLNA. Okay.
Yeah.
Then if you want to retrieve only particular rows, right? So you can use. So suppose you want to retrieve only the data for which particular rows are empty. How will you do that? So I mean, so this might will not work. When this, oh, there are some data which is null, right? I could remember. Do you see null in the data?
No, actually.
First name, last name, nothing. Oh yeah, here is null, right? This guy, first name is null.
Yes.
Okay, so suppose you want to retrieve the data for which first name is null. How do you do this? What you do is, okay, you have utility is null, okay, which you can use with column object. Okay. So here I'll write filter non null. Okay, in case you need to build a mosquitoes here. Okay, so filter not null. Filter not null data frames. Okay, so explode df. Okay, dot filter. Pass here column information. Pass here the column you are interested in. Okay, and give here the right information. Dot is null. Oh, sorry, is null. So it will filter the data which is null. Oh. So what will you get here? You'll get only the null. Actually, I wrote that. Yeah, you'll get only the null-related entities. Okay. So right. So it will check whether whichever has first element done, it is getting with it. Actually, it should be null. Right. So we are getting that particular column. Okay. Now we'll see some aggregation related stuff. Okay, aggregation where you have group by. I'll just come in 2 minutes. Okay. So after this, we'll see aggregation related stuffs. Then we'll see some, we'll. I think once I left talking about this views and table, maybe I'll talk a little bit about it. Then some addition of column, like with column, and then some common FAQs that we're talking. We'll need another 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're getting some hang of it, right? It's like summarization of most of the things that we'll do in regular work, like in any sort of project.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, typically these things like exclude you use a lot, because whenever you're getting some Twitter feeds and all, you want to put it in script column based analysis, right? And I mean, just to play around with this, of course, you got a hang of it, how to use this increasing decreasing function, how to use this sort utility, right? Okay. So similarly, a lot of other things are also here, of course. Okay, so when do we do another project? I think I'll talk about few other APIs. Just now.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do some in aggregation. Okay, so PySpark SQL dot functions, right? Import count distinct, very useful stuff again, right? Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to find distinct, you have to group them by name and then find how many distinct this guy's first names are there. Okay, let's see. So what you do is count distinct df is equal to explode df. That was it, right? So, yeah, exploded dd so small. Yeah, exploded df. Then you're doing a select. And then you do this. Select what are the features you want to use. First name, last name. Okay, then you do group by. Okay, then you pass here first name. What will happen with this? It will group by first name and last name. Okay, and you for the group by you have to pass aggregation object. Right? So aggregation, and you have to pass inside the function aggregation function. Okay, so count distinct, and you have to pass the column name. So I can give you first. Okay, then do a display count. Among the final data set, so actually I can use the old first data set. This is anyway reduced data set, right? Oh, what was I have actually changed it a lot or what? Exploded df, exploded df. So exploded df is of this guy. So let me see how it is now. So does the data don't really have Ambrust as anybody else surname? You understood that what I'm trying to get here? What I'm trying to get here. Yeah. Exploded df. Right. So what I'm trying to get here is first you did explode select. So this will give you first name and last name only. Okay. So if I just simply do this, you get only first name and last name. This guy, you reach here. So first the okay, so you're getting here the entire stuff, first name and last name. So actually that is what the data is. You don't have repetition here. Okay. First name and last name. So now on this data, you're doing a group by first name and last name. What will that do? OUPGY. first basket, first name. It will create a group by object. Okay, so what will it do? It will group by the first name. So what happens when you have multiple options in group by? Multiple data. When you give multiple column names, what does it happen? Say you have group by and you're passing multiple column names. Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So what happens if you give multiple columns in group by?
I guess based on both columns, we should be doing the group.
Grouping by, right. So in this case, that's what we want. We want to say, bring group by. The thing here is because you have multiple. If you remember the data that actually. So if you do this, show. Okay, if you see this, right, you are getting same names repeated multiple times, isn't it? Right, like this guy saying hi, so same name and this guy is repeated. So what you want to do, you want to group by whichever names are same. Okay, if I just do group by, though anyway for this data it won't be creating problem, but we want people with full name same should be grouped together. That's what you do by, and you are using first name and last name. Okay, first name and last name. Now dot first you got the first name and last name, and then so you got a group by object, isn't it? After that group by object, you want to do write some aggregation function here. So okay, so you can do functions. Okay, so let's go here and see if we just want to get a column name. I'm looking for something like column concat or count is there, right? So let me just dump the count. And for that, I have to use this guy from PySpark functions. From PySpark dot SQL function import count. Yeah, and in this for count, I have to pass here the column name. So what is the column name? Column name will be the first name. It will tell you the result. And you want to show the content. So right, you will get the same content because there will be no such. I didn't in group by. I didn't do distinct, right? That is the reason why you'll see two, isn't it? But now what is happening?
Yeah.
Okay, so earlier case I was showing distinct, so it will tell how much distinct are there, count distinct. Now in this case I'm just doing a count so that we can see the difference and what is it. Clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so now
So here can we we are using two column in group by, but while doing aggregation, can I select third column? We are doing group by, like in group by we are passing two column, first name and last name. But can I do aggregation on any other third column, just a salary?
Yeah, of course. What is it? You can do. Okay, so it is grouping by this. Now you can use any feature, right? If I just group by and but remember your current, so I have to select that feature also. Okay, or it will not show up here. So you have salary also here, right? So salary. Okay, so count different first name, count salary. Right. So it will tell you what are the various salary options. You can see the earlier case it was showing 0, isn't it? Now it is showing 2. हाँ मैं आ रहा हूँ just समझा देता हूँ नहीं just 2 minute निकल रहा हूँ.
That salary column is not there. You have selected that also, correct?
Right. It will repeat.
You have selected salary column, but that is not there in output.
That is not there in output, but it is using it. So let me check. What is it? Group by. Okay. Yeah, but that is true. It is not showing up here, but it is using it. Okay, so you are getting the salary information also here, right?
So in group by, basically we have to put all the column.
Whichever, yeah, right. Whichever we need to, on which criteria we are grouping by, or else it will be treating those whatever stuffs is here, right, as the final display content. Okay. What other thing we can do here is you can create an RTD, then merge it with salary stuff and show the salary column. That is one operation you can do. So if you see group by, right? So this was group by columns, right? Group by multiple columns. Group by the data frame using specified columns so that they run aggregation on them. Okay. See data. You can see here group by we have here also one data. Here is multiple columns, right? Okay. And oh, this is same stuff. So inside this you have yeah. So what you're doing in group by here, it's an alias for group by. So it's a list of columns, and each element should be a column name or an expression column object, right? COL, and in that stuff, whatever you pass, right? From the data frame, you can choose whatever columns interest you, okay, so that you can run aggregation on top of it, right? The logic here is, okay, where I'm on which entity I'm running the aggregation. I'm running the aggregation on this salary entity, isn't it? So
if we don't select that select part, I think it will work then also. Correct?
this guy.
Yeah, hold this select part.
Oh. Yeah, right. Not working. That actually is explaining. Right, because see, this guy didn't choose the column itself for analysis. So group by don't have this column at all. It is showing error here actually. Right, this guy, because select is choosing whatever columns you're interested in, and group by don't actually have the control. So I've been a little surprised if that data is right. We play a little bit around group by actually, do some exercises on
Okay.
group by. Okay. See, the idea here is, see, what is the first step doing here? First step is helping you choosing the columns that you're interested in. Okay. What is this guy doing here? It is using that columns to do a group by here. It is using this 3 information to create a group by stuff. Okay. After this, you're using the information out of here to do using these functions here to do certain aggregation. Right? What is the aggregation column? This is your aggregation column. You're telling here that there are 2 lines, 2 columns, 2 rows which contains this information, and you're counting, the salary elements here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll stop it here. Okay. There is nothing called. Okay. 2 more things I wanted to do, but yeah, I think we are fine with this. So I'll send you a mail today, okay, on some commonly asked FAQs. That is what I want to discuss, but I'll send you a mail today. Go through it. If you have any questions, okay.
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 And also, like, maybe if you can cover, because I was doing one exercise and there, like, I have to create one UDF and I just created, basically I copy pasted and I tried to register it, but somehow it was not working.
Which
One
one?
example where
Can you mail
UTF.
me? Can you mail me quickly?
Okay, any example basically where we can create our own UTF and we can, register it with this our PySpark thing.
Right. So let me do it. Let me do it tomorrow. Okay. Remind
Okay,
me.
yeah.
This is the first thing I'll start. Okay. Actually, dinner folks are waiting for me. So this is the first thing I'll start, and I'll do UDF tomorrow. So there are few things I will do. Try to sneak in tomorrow. One is UDF guy.
Yeah, just how to like register it and how to use it in our this thing.
Right. And you just remind me. I'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
So UDF is one guy. Just try a little bit things around group by. Okay, I mean if you just try a couple of times, it will be clear because first it gets the column. Okay, then the next thing what it does, it from the number of columns it selected, it creates a group by object. The group by object is grouping based on whatever fields you have given. So what happens over here is it gets all the okay it what this guy returns is an iterator which points to the objects which is first name, last name, and salary same. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. And on that iterator, you're running this count salary. It is finding out how many times salary is there, which is effectively same number of times. A particular three combination is present. That's it. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So just spend some time around it. So I'll tell you UDF related stuff, and tomorrow we'll try to do this. But I'm not very sure we'll have class tomorrow. Okay. Not sure. Okay, I'll sign off now.
Okay.
Sure, have a nice day. Bye.
Okay. Bye.